you.
So I learned something on my own here in this course. Really good. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, we are the greatest.
Changing experiences. Perfect. So yeah, I want to talk about the future of network marketing today. But first, as said, I want to introduce myself a little bit. So I'm VP for Digital Experience into Systems, and I really love digital marketing. I'm in the digital marketing business since 20 years already. So I bought my first book in 1999 on Amazon.com. It was about website design. And since then, I'm really dedicated and really love digital marketing. And I always try to convince and light the fire in others during my presentations. And I hope this will be also the case today. I want to talk about the future, but before we talk about the future, let's have a look in the past, because it's really necessary to see how marketing evolved. And let's always have in mind that with all marketing came up, there were always restrictions and regulations and complaints. So for example, here the billboard advertisement came up in the 15th century. At the beginning, there was just one sign, and then whole buildings have signs on it. And then most cities said, okay, this is too much. We need to regulate it. And you see it also in New York, just the, I forgot the name, not the Piccadilly Circus. I mean, in New York, there's one, the Times Square. You see a lot of advertisement there, but the rest of New York is really calm if you get there. So there are different places or dedicated places for advertisement. This was the first regulation. Then later, the newspaper, and this first newspaper, the first advertisement on newspaper was in 74 years. So a lot of people are sitting there reading newspapers, and of course, this is, you can compare to today. So if you're in a tram, in a train, you see a lot of people looking at their iPhones and your smartphones and not communicating to each other. And it was the same in this case, this time. So imagine there were always some distractions. So some people are reading newspapers and are not really interested to talking with others. It's the same like we have today. So if you got the complaint today that we are just looking at our smartwatches and smartphones, be aware that this is always or was always there already in the past. Then advertisement, the sandwich man. So in the 1820s, there was the possibility to book these sandwich men. So these people walk on the paveway and do advertisements. And then you can see a lot of these people. And then the people blocked each other on the pavement. And then there was a decision that these sandwich men need to go between the pavement, between the sideboard and the street. So really in this middle. So also there was a regulation already in this time. Another cool advertisement in the past was to project advertisement at the clouds. So not only this one here with skywriters that there were airplanes to writing advertisement in the sky, there was also a possibility that Perseal projected advertisement to the clouds. And of course, also this was then regulated because all the airplanes were be disturbed by or was a reflection for the airplanes, so it was possible to fly. So also Perseal need to cancel this advertisement. But let's talk about tech innovation. So this was the past. Now we're getting closer to our nowadays. In the 1920s, the radio came up. So the whole family is sitting in front of the radio, listen to radios, and also then advertisement in the radios developed. So we see there the first step into advertisement in the living rooms. The next one is the stand shopping. So this is also before the television came up. Companies sending catalogs to others at home, so the consumers at home, so the people can watch in our catalog what they want to buy, and then they have to fill out a form and send this form by a post, so the regular post, to the company, and then they get delivered something at home. But with the upcoming telephones, then these both things were combined. So we had a kind of the first e-commerce, so to say, happened. So you have a distance shopping. So you have a catalog at home, and you can use your phone and buy something you found in this catalog. So the first step to a distance buying were born. And then the upcoming television. So in the 1941, there was the first television advertisement during I think it was what's standing here, baseball game exactly. So they spent $9 for advertisement in television. It's hard to compare to nowadays. But with the upcoming television, of course, also advertisement developed in the past. And again, combine television with shopping, teleshopping was born. So we use another technology, and instead of a catalog at home, we see the product and the television, and we can pick up the phone and directly call the television company, and then we all got the products at home. So this was the short look into the past, and now we get really into the internet area. So what happened when the internet came up? The first email was 1971, so it was, so to say, the foundation for email marketing we have nowadays, for newsletter we have nowadays. And then in 1989, the internet came up, really the World Wide Web came up, and it was possible now to have advertisement in the internet. And I wanted to show the first banner ever. This is this one here. It was on the 27th of October of 1994. It was a banner from AT&T on a hot wire magazine. And this banner had a click rate of 44%. So everybody who knows about digital marketing a little bit knows that this click rate is really awesome. Usually we have a click rate of 3%, and then it's really a good click rate. Often we have a click rate between 0.5 and 1% on banners. But this really was the birth date of the banner advertisement like we know it nowadays. And please have in mind, this is something for today. Even if you do banner advertisement, a lot of your banners and your advertisement will be blocked. So we see here the use of ad blockers. In Germany is around 41%. The average, I think, I can see it here immediately, but it's around 50% is the average. So yeah, here worldwide, 47% is the average. So have in mind, if you plan a banner campaign, that a lot of people will not see your banner campaign. And also have it in mind, if you take a look at the traffic of your website, that a lot of traffic you will not see because software will block the user from your website or from measuring it from your website. So have it in mind. So then in 1995, the e-commerce came up with Amazon. This is the first website of Amazon. I wanted to show it to you because I think it's really something we need to know if you talk about digital marketing, how also website changed in the past to nowadays. And with Amazon, we also got a lot of new digital marketing stuff. So for example, recommendations. Nowadays, we absolutely know it. We have on every platform, we have a recommendation. So user-generated content, what other users are saying about the product. So we believe to other Amazon members what other people are saying about this product. And also the possibility of retargeting was really popular with Amazon.com, but also Zalando did a lot in the past. So if you saw, for example, this camera and you left Amazon.com and you visit other websites, you got retargeted and you will see this camera then on other websites as well. And of course, the wish from Amazon is to get you back to the website and that you buy this camera. So retargeting is really a cool tool that came up with e-commerce. Then I want to talk about search engine marketing. So this is the first website Google brought up in 2005. So also Google is really young, to say. And with search engine marketing, we had the first time the possibility to display marketing to read the consumer needs. So what is the consumer looking for, and then present the right advertisement to the consumer. And this was also the trigger for investors to Google. This is why Google got so much money at the beginning, because the investors were really amazed about this possibility. And meanwhile, we all know where Google is. And then also social media came up in 2005. So this is the first Facebook page in 2005. So also Facebook changed a lot. And with social media, the targeting is getting better and better because a lot of people brought or spanned the data to social media platforms. And due to this fact, it was possible to target your advertisement better. And we all know what we can do nowadays on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, how good we can target our specific target group. And then last but not least, 2007, the first really smartphone. For me, it was really the first smartphone. Of course, there were some other stuff in the beginning, but Apple really did an amazing job to brought up the iPhone in 2007. And with the iPhone, we left our desk, and we have now more possibilities to doing advertisement on smartphones. So this was the foundation I want to give to you. And now let's have a look in the future, and it's also the near future. So some technologies are already there. Some technologies are really science fiction. And again, a lot of these technologies have regulations, and a lot of things I will show you is not really GDPR compliant, but I want to open your mind what's possible and what we need to think about. The first thing is, and you all see maybe the last announcement from Netflix and other platforms that they're increasing the prices. I'm a little bit wondering about this because usually they can use all the data they have and provide more targeted advertisements. So if Netflix are knowing what I'm watching, they can sell my data to advertisers and bring up really good advertisements into the NetStream and Netflix platform, or maybe also into NetStream and Netflix streams or series or movies. We need really to think about it. So for example, like Vox did it, so the RTL group did a pilot. It was contextual video tagging. So every time a person in this show, here in this cooking show, said a keyword, the advertisement appears. So it was really on the fly in real time. An artificial intelligence listened to the session, to this show, and every time the keyword meat appears in the show, then these banners popped up, and you will see also alternatives for meat. So this is really something also Netflix and other streaming platforms could use in the future. And then one of my favorite is digital marketing with voice assistants. With voice assistants, a lot will change because there's only one answer in the future. So if you're asking for a product in the future, Amazon will decide what they will show you. So either you book this keyword or you're really good in branding. So also for digital marketing, it will be more and more necessary to invest in branding. I will give you an example. If I'm sitting in my kitchen and my cornflakes or my cereals in the morning are empty, I can say to Amazon, hey Alexa, please order me new cornflakes. Or I could say, hey Alexa, please order me Jordan's Country Crisp or Kellogg's cornflakes. So if I have the brand in mind, I can decide what I want to get. If I only say, hey, please send me your cornflakes, Amazon will decide what I want to get. And either you pay a lot for this, and believe me, if you think that Google advertising is expensive, this will be really expensive because there's only one answer. And also for small businesses like lawyers or maybe doctors, it could be good to build up a personal brand because then you can say, hey Alexa, deliver me a lawyer in my near environment. And if you have a really good personal brand, then you will appear or Alexa will recommend you. So also think about this. We can also use voice assistants in different scenarios. So for example, here in a hotel, and we always need to think as digital market here, how can we increase the revenue per user or here, for example, per guest. So if you have a voice assistant in a hotel and, for example, I am in China and I don't speak Chinese, and I'll say, Alexa, I want to have a club sandwich on my room, then Alexa will understand me, will translate it into the kitchen, and I will get a club sandwich. So it's really convenient for me to buy something via Alexa if I am in a foreign country. So also we need to think about these barriers, to tear down these barriers, to make it more easy for the customer. And also know that, and a lot of you maybe have it already in your car, and that Alexa is working or Amazon is working in cooperation with car manufacturers. So for example, BMW have it already in, so you can ask Alexa and you can coordinate your home, your smart home, you can listen to your music and all the stuff, but you also can use it maybe for digital marketing purposes. So imagine you're near to a McDonald's restaurant and your car will say, hey, Björn, in this McDonald's, you get 2 cheeseburgers for the price of 1. So it's a really good advertisement. It's location-based advertisement. And therefore, I like really cheeseburgers. Maybe I will stop at this McDonald's and I will get my cheeseburger. So we need to really think about, in the use cases, what we can offer to a customer. And if we can offer it in a car, location-based, this is also something we need to think about. If you take a look at the website in the US and the Amazon website, you see already some other stuff that Amazon is testing. So, for example, some wearables. You have the Echo frames. These are glasses you can put on, and then you can talk with your Alexa when you have your glass on. And also the Amazon Echo Loop. It's a ring, so you can talk with your ring. Well, I personally prefer the glasses because it's really weird if you're talking with your hand. I think it's better talking with my glasses. You get all the information also on your glasses. Then I talked about location-based services, and I think this is really something we also can have in our smartwatches, like I have one here. So if you are outside in a mall and on your smartphone, on your smartwatch, for example, is an Amazon account, and you're standing in front of a shopping window and you say, hey, this jeans is really nice, then maybe Amazon can give you advice, okay, we have this jeans cheaper for you, so order it now over your smartwatch. Or maybe due to location-based services, the retail store can send a direct message to your watch and say, hey, come in, buy this jeans, and you get 5% off. So really bring you into the store if you are in an offline environment. So if you're in a really mall, we can use this as well. So the next big thing is artificial intelligence. For the one hand side, for content creation, also for ads creation. So we at Systems, we are testing, or we did a test with NeuroFlash. It's a company from Hamburg. We created our social copy, and then we run the social copy on LinkedIn. And after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we asked the AI to improve our social copy. And the AI improved it, and we tested again 3 weeks, and we see that we have a higher engagement when the AI improved the copy. So when the AI is creating the content. And I think this will be a really big thing in the near future, that AI will be more in place in digital marketing. What we also did is we tested conversational ads. So the same here, we have an AI, it's a bot on LinkedIn, you can book this, and we did a test. So the first reach out to our clients were with an AI. So our AI reached out and say, hey, here, for example, my name is Aaron. I have a really nice white paper for you. Do you want to download it? So this was the first touch we did with the client over an AI. Of course, then later sellers jumped in, but in the beginning, it was an AI. So this was also successful. We had, I think, an increase of 25% also in our white paper downloads with this technology. But we also need to think about, and this comes again with compliance and regulations, about how far we can go with artificial intelligence in the customer conversation. If you Google for Google Duplex, you will find a lot of nice videos what AI and bots already can do. So for example, here, this bot can call for you at a grocery store, at a hairdresser, at a restaurant, and can book the appointment for you. This is especially if there's, for example, no really interface. So if this grocery store has no website or the restaurant has no book a table functionality, so this personal assistant, Google Duplex, can make the call for you. And this AI really acts like a human. So it really makes noises like, yes, So the other person on the phone don't know that he or she is talking with a computer. And this is the case where we need to think about, do we need to let the people know that they're thinking with their computer, or is it okay that they don't know it? So it's really an ethical question as well. But it's a really, really amazing technology. So check this out. There are a lot of videos on YouTube. The next is influencer marketing. So influencer marketing is not really something new. What will be new is that they're getting more and more power. So a lot of influencers have a lot of reach, and we need to think about to use it. In the B2B area, we also try to find out if we have good influencers we can cooperate with. But the really good thing is, and I really bet on this, is social commerce. So We see it in China. In China, it's meanwhile, I saw yesterday a number, $171 billion worth. So this is 30% of the e-commerce market, that influencers are really selling online in live shopping sessions. So they're making a lot of money with these possibilities if you have a good influencer. And also in China, there are complete universities who are doing nothing else than educating people to get influencers. And there are also buildings that are full of influencers. In every room you have a different influencer selling their product. So this is a big business, and I'm really sure this will also come to Europe. And in the US, you see the first step there. For example, on Amazon, they already do live shopping. It's a little bit like teleshopping, but now you have the possibility to order directly with your Amazon account. You can buy it and you can get delivered it in the US in hours, here in Germany in 1 day or maybe the next day. So live shopping is absolutely a trend you have to take care of. Another nice thing is a kind of retargeting. So imagine you're at the airport and you were with your iPhone on the Amazon website and you look for a new camera. And then you will be near to this digital signage here at the airport. And on this digital signage, you will see advertisement for this camera you are searching for on Amazon as well. So have this combination between really your smart device and digital signage could be a good thing in the future. Of course, also there are some risks, because if you're watching, I don't know, for sex toys, and you will be near to the digital signage and then sex toys will come up, and everybody is aware of this technology, it could be also really embarrassing. So also I think we need to take care of in the future. Then digital signage you can use also in retail stores, and I'm really convinced that the next big digital marketing evolution is in retail stores. So there will be happening a lot, and we see it with Amazon Go, and also saw that Aldi is testing in the UK a cashierless store, so that you can check into the store and buy your thing. And we can also, if you're checked in, then you're identified, and then we can use digital signage to offer you personalized advertisement. So for example, here at this counter, if you're looking for a nice meat for your barbecue, then you will see in the background here the digital signage, hey, this week we have steak as an offer, you can buy it now. And the digital signage can also identify if you're a man or woman or old or young, and can offer you personalized products. So for example, I knew it's really stereotyped, but it could be possible that for women you get a chicken salad, and for men you get a steak or whatever. So it depends what the company wants to offer. Then the next thing is augmented reality. With augmented reality, you can enrich your outdoor advertisement. So for example, here is a advertisement for, I think it was an insurance company, but it could be also a car company. And if you use then your smartphone and you go in front of the advertisement, then you get more information on your smartphone. So and then you can maybe book your test drive if you're interested, or you can see how expensive this car is, or what is the reach of an electric car. So you get all this information on your smartphone. And as I said, you can then directly book your test drive and go to the BMW dealer and do your test drive. Another possibility for augmented reality is in stores. So if you do your shopping list at home, you go into the store, and then your smartphone will navigate you through the store. And often we are in stores and looking for certain products, but now we have a navigator in our hand, and we have the possibility to navigate through the store. And we as digital marketers, we have to think about how we can increase the revenue out of this. So if on the shopping list is coffee, then of course we can say, hey, coffee really good fits chocolate, and maybe you also need cacao. And for the chocolate, we have 25% off, and the smartphone will guide you to the chocolate shelf. This is a possibility to increase revenue from a customer. Something similar with augmented reality are the Google View 3D ads. It was a pilot by Google. There was a time 2 years ago they tested it, but I'm sure this will be coming back. So you have the chance to Google for a product, and then you can see this product in your environment. I know also IKEA is doing it, but it was the first time you have this in your Google feed. so that you look for a product and then you can see how it looks like at home. Burberry was one of the first companies who did this with Google, so you can see a Burberry bag on your desk at home, and you can walk around this bag and can see how this bag really looks like if you have it at home. Next idea is you don't have a smartphone anymore. You have your smartphone in your eyes. So with augmented reality lenses, and you get all the information you can have with a smartphone. And maybe you all need this, know this scene from Minority Report, where Tom Cruise is a police officer. He's walking through a mall, and in this mall he gets all these advertisements for burglary, for Nexus, and all this stuff. And I believe at this time this was a combination between face recognition and augmented reality lenses. So he saw all these advertisements only for him because the mall identified his face and then displayed the advertisement. And this could be something in the future. So if you are logged into a mall and you gave your the allowance to track you and to give you an advertisement, it could be possible. Another nice thing is, without any lenses and smartphones, is the smart windows. A lot of hotels maybe will use this because with a smart window, you have the full iPad, so to say, on a window. So you go into a hotel room, and then you can watch your television, you can read your newspaper on your window, you can order your food on your room, on the window. So smart glasses could be really something for hotels, but also for retail stores. So imagine you're standing in front of a retail store, you have the smart window, you see here, for example, for a jewelry, the rings, you're clicking on the ring, you get all the information about the rings, or how big the pearl is, the carat of the gold, and then either you click on the window and order it with your PayPal account, or you can go into the shop and say, okay, I want to watch this ring, and then buy it in the shop. Another nice idea is to have digital price tags. So you're in a retail store, and if you have the loyalty app on your smartphone, you go to this shelf and the computer, and you put your smartphone in front of this digital price tag, maybe you will get a special price because you're a loyalty member of this retail store. So this could be possible, but also could be possible if you're in a retail store and you're looking for jeans, and then you also need a t-shirt for this jeans, and you take this digital price tags. I have two here from the Innovation Center. You take this two price tags and they put this together. Then on one price tag, you will see a new price, a bundle price. And with this bundle price, you go to the cashier and then you can check out. Or you can directly check out, you can directly check out with your smartphone. So think about this. And then if you forgot, for example, to leave one of these price tags in the store, you take it at home, then we can send a message to this price tag and say, hey, you unfortunately took me at home, bring me back, and you get 5% off. So we will bring the customer back to the retail store with digital price tags. Another idea is virtual shopping. So you put on your VR glasses, and then you immerse into a virtual store, and then there's an avatar, and this avatar is telling you what is in the store. This avatar is consulting you and giving you the right products, and then you can check out in the virtual world, and you get delivered all the stuff at home. So it's a kind of immersed e-commerce experience. I'm sure this will be more in the future, especially with the upcoming discussions about the metaverse. So you are logging into a metaverse and you're in a different world, and there you can shop different things. And I'm also curious how advertisement will look like in the metaverse in the future. Will it be just a one-to-one copy, like here you have a billboard in a virtual environment, or will it be something different new? I hope this will be something different new. Some really ideas that is not really known so far, and be more than just copying the real world to the metaverse. But we will see. I don't have an answer yet. I'm curious about what will happen. But what's really necessary is, and you saw it in the advertisement, there was Wearable. It's a platform for NFT. It's an NFT platform to deal with NFTs. What is really necessary and will really come to the digital marketing world is the influence of blockchain. On the one hand side, blockchain will help digital marketeers to get more trust, because currently, if I spend I don't know, 1 million to an advertisement company, I need to trust this company that they really displayed the advertisement to my clients. With the blockchain technology, I can trust the blockchain because either I don't need this advertising company anymore because I can eliminate the middleman, or I can see the reporting from the blockchain that my advertisement really was displayed to my client, to my audience, to my target group. So blockchain will help me here to build more trust. On the other hand side, and this is something I really think about currently, is with NFTs, so with non-fundable tokens. These are the tokens on the blockchain. So we have minted art on the blockchain, and it's not about to have only this art. So for digital marketing purposes, you can build communities around it. So for example, maybe some of you know this Bored Apes. It's a really famous art, really expensive meanwhile, and also the art from Gary Vaynerchuk. He created Gary Be Friends, or just Be Friends. And they have just more than just art. They offer an entry to a community. So the Bored Apes will do great events, and they will invite you to this event. And also Gary Vee, they will invite you to the new VCon. So the NFT is, so to say, your entry ticket to this community. And you as a digital marketeer, or we as a digital marketeer, we can use this technology now to create our own community. So we can offer NFTs and say, if you are a member of this NFT, you are invited to a CEO roundtable. Only this selected group, because you have this NFT. Of course, you can sell it to someone else, but then either the NFT will not be valid anymore, so this is possible. On some blockchains, you can have smart contracts, so you can say, okay, if you sell this NFT, it don't have any worth anymore, or we will also make money out of it. So if you sell this NFT, we will get 90% of the money. So we need to think about how we can use the blockchain technology and the NFTs for digital marketing purposes. And also some companies are already in there, like Nike and I think Adidas as well. They are creating virtual goods for the metaverse based on NFTs. So the metaverse and NFT came together. So you can buy your virtual shoes, for example, and then you can show it in the metaverse that you have really this original shoe. And the last point is really science fiction, I think, is nanorobotics. So imagine you swallow a nanorobotic, and usually it's used for health purposes. So these nanorobotics will help you to get healthy, because they will go through your blood vents and they will go to your disease and they will help to get healthy. But it could be also possible that you will swallow a nanorobotic, and this nanorobotic will go directly to your brain, and then you're connected with the internet. So you have the full access in your brain to the internet. Sounds like science fiction, but I mean, Elon Musk is already working on a computer bio interface, and so why not? And then you have all the information. You don't need a virtual reality lenses anymore or a smartphone, because you have the direct connection, so you can get all the information directly into your eyes. And of course, you can also then display advertisement on your eyes and get all this stuff done. I know this is really science fiction. I know this is ethical, absolutely on a different plate, and we need to think about it, but it could be possible. And this is something we need to think about. We need to think always about what could be possible and then make the best out of it.
Björn, I am just reading the chat, and really, are there going to come more scary things? We're just waiting for you.
No,
what are you going to tell us?
Exactly, this is the end. So
oh, no.
If there are any questions, I'm happy to
stop
do the questions.
Scary. So let the questions come. You need to check out the chat. There are many, but the anxiety was just, growing as you went on. So please explain more to us. So let's look at the questions. Elisa, I think we have one on AI. So let's start with that one. What would you say?
Let's do so.